Do you want to study in the US for your undergraduate degree, but you're overwhelmed by the process? Don't worry, in this video, I will walk you through everything you need to know about how to apply to schools here in the US, type of scholarships that are available for you as an international student, whether you need to take a standardized test, and I'll also be showing you website that you can apply from. So let's get straight into it. Hi, beautiful people. My name is Olwadam Nola, and if you are just seeing my video for the very first time, welcome, and I hope you subscribe to my channel. I will also recommend that you go through my channel. I have educative video that will prepare you on how you can study abroad and that would empower you on things that you need to know about study abroad. So let's move to the admission circle. So, first thing that you need to know is that here in the US they have three main admission cycle, and it's fall, spring, and summer. So, fall is the main semester in the US with most admission, most scholarships, and financial aid opportunity. So during the fall term, like schools tend to recruit or admit more students during this time. They admit more students. They have like classes available. They have courses. They have like a lot of courses, and they have a lot of majors for you to pick from. So they tend to admit more students. Like they have a large class in fall, and the application or filing period for this is usually in August to January 2026. So it takes a whole year to prepare before resuming class in the following year in August. So it's like a whole year. You start your application in August and you resume next year August. So if you are thinking of coming to the US next year August, that's August 2026, so now is the right time for you to start your application process. So if you are watching this video, this is a sign for you to start your application processes today. So and as you are aware, or you may not be aware, that many schools have opened their application portal for students to start turning in their application. So I'll also be uploading few of those schools that have opened up their application to students, so that you won't miss out from the early deadlines. Something I also wanted to point out is that since the application runs through August to January next year, 2026, or 2026, so the deadlines are usually from November this year to January as well. So most school closes the application in January, either like on first week in January or last week of January. And for the November on deadlines, so we have something called priority deadlines. So some schools have priority deadlines, they have early deadlines, they have early action deadlines, and they have the regular deadline. So regular deadlines is usually the one for January, and it's not all schools that have that deadline. So if you're aspiring to apply to schools like Harvard, Princeton, or all these Ivy League or universities or top colleges in the US, these colleges usually have early deadlines. So their deadlines are usually in November. And if you also want to be considered for scholarship, it is always advisable for you to meet their priority deadlines, because during that priority deadlines you are being prioritized. You get to like read your materials first, and you have like much benefits than those that will apply in January or that will submit the application in January. So that's why it's advisable for you to like go with the early deadline or the early action deadline. So start applying right now. The application starts in August. We're already in August, and you can start all gathering all the materials that you need for the admission purpose. So moving on to the spring, spring offers a second opportunity for students to begin their studies. Sometimes they have like limited spots, they have limited scholarship, they have limited financial aid, and they have limited courses. Unlike the fall, I mentioned that fall has the larger class, they have the large class. So for spring, they have like the smaller class, and the intakes for spring are usually those that apply for the fall. For example, those people that applied for 2025 and couldn't get in, they tend to like turn in the application for the spring 2026. So the spring 2026 application is currently ongoing. Most schools open up the application on portal, I think in July, and like it runs through to November. But the application priority deadline as well for that is usually in September or like ending of August. So if you are thinking of come to the US in January 2026, like in the next 5 months, you can apply for this spring semester, which begins in January. So classes starts in January, but for fall classes starts in August 2026. If you know that you can meet up with the deadline of November or deadline of September, you can try your luck with the spring semester. But then you have to be very quick with that. So for the summer intake, summer is just like a short term. It's not like they like it is rare for schools to admit undergraduate students during the summer. But then some schools they have something called rolling admission. So they admit students all through the year. So if they have an open spot, so they tend to like admit students like all around the year just to fill up their spot. So that's why I included summer because some schools admit undergraduate students during the fall, but then it's something that is rare, but it's not totally like ruled out. So moving on to something that I called Workable Timeline for 2026. So if you're aspiring to apply for the fall 2026, which will resume in August 2026 next year, now is the right time to like get all your application materials ready. I will get to the application material very soon, but then just want to prepare your mind that you need to start finalizing your school list. I will show you how you can create or build your school list. You need to have about 8 to 12 school solid school that you're going to apply to, you're confident in applying to. Also, one way that I advise undergraduate students, people aspiring to come to the US for an undergraduate degree to do is to create a common application account. And common application account is an online platform that allows students to apply to multiple schools, multiple universities and colleges using just one application. So you create your account with common app, you fill in all your information, you create your profile, you fill in your educational background, you input your grades, your courses, or your family information and stuff like that. Then you also like answer the essay part of it, the essay and writing part of it. You would answer all those questions. So once you answered all those questions and your profile is set up, you can now start using the common app account to create your own on school list, to build your school list. So because we have about one over 1,000 universities and colleges that are registered with common app, so you can check universities or colleges on common app and filter out some of the schools that you do not want. So common app is a very great app for undergraduate prospective students. So try to create your account with common app and get yourself familiarized with it and ensure that you're using all the features on there. So, moving on to prep for SAT, now is the time to know like if you will be needing SAT. I would advise that you go to after building your school list, go to the school website to check if they require you to submit any standardized test. If they do, register for the classes and take the test very quickly. And transcript, here they want to see your academic transcripts. Start now is the right time to reach out to your high school to start getting your transcript prepared. Get your transcript prepared, have an unofficial one that you can upload by yourself during the application process, and also reach out to your high school teachers for recommendation. All you need from them for now it's their information, like their email address, names, and all that. That's what you need from them right now. So once you have that, you can input it on the common app or like during your application. Then the school would reach out to them themselves. So and this should be done between August to September. Creating your school list, creating your common app account, drafting your essay, and preparing for else or preparing for SAT and IELTS if it's been required, and getting your transcript ready. You should have all this finalized by first week in September. And towards November, your essay should be finalized. Then you've answered all the questions in the common app in the common application account, and you've actually like had someone proofread your essay, because you're not submit your essay without getting it proofread. So ensure that you have a third eye go through your essay, check for mistakes, check for punctuation and all stuff like that, and ensure that your essay flows well. And like start aiming for early submission. Submit to on schools that require you to submit early, meet their deadline, because I'll reemphasize again, priority deadline is very important to be considered for financial aid or to be considered for scholarship. Then you start your CSS profile or your ISFAA. So this one are for those who are from a low income background, that cannot have the financial capability to pay for their tuition. So if you know that your parents do not have the capacity to pay for your tuition, and you can establish that with the school, you can apply for the CSS profile, or you can submit the form for the ISFAA, which is International Student Financial Aid Application. Then by December, it should be done. Should be getting your feedback from school. Should be getting your decision from schools already. So for those of you that are considering applying or submitting early, so by December you should have gotten your decision already from the school, if you're accepted or not, or listed by January. School will start like reaching back to you, telling you the admission decision already by January. But if you do not like submit early enough in November, your decision deadline, your own decision, like when you will get your admission decision, might be in March. So let's go to the next one. So this is how you can build your school list. So I have listed for four criteria on how you can build your school list, and this is based on what people had said. So first one is through ranking. People build up their school list through rank. Like they want to go to prestigious schools, like they want to go to Harvard or Princeton, Yale, Brown and all that. So they want to go to a school that is well recognized. People build up their school list by ranking. So this school rank first 1,000, that's what they want to go. So if that is your choice, you can build up your school list based on the school ranking. But then don't forget that you have to like consider if your program also like ranked well. Also, another way that you can consider building your school list is on cost. Like you have to know if the tuition is affordable. And this is not me like saying that you won't get scholarship. Sometimes you might not like, sometimes 100% scholarship is not guaranteed. So it's better for you to like apply to schools that their tuition is a bit affordable. So even if you get partial scholarship, you can still get the rest of your tuition fee covered. And something that you should also consider is the cost of living of the your cost of living. So cost of living can sometimes be can be much, because you have to like cover your rent, your grocery, shopping, like stuff like that. So you have to like consider that if the environment is very expensive to live in, that might be one thing to consider when creating your school list. Another thing is the location. Some people prefer to be closer to family if you have a family here in the US. Or, some people prefer to be closer to them. But then, like some people who do not have like families here in the US, they might prefer to be in a bigger city so like they can experience American life more. Or like some people just prefer like this quiet life. They want to be in that small town colleges or universities. So that is all based on your own priority. So like anyone you want to go to, you can build off your school list through by considering location. And also some want to experience snow, like cold and warm state. So if you know that you are this snow person, you might want to like consider states that experience snow, because it's not like all states in the US that actually like get snow experience. So you can use that to actually like build up your school list. And that one is acceptance rate. Or you can go on Google, type in the school name, and Google will bring out all the information about the school with the acceptance rate. So some people like build up their school list with the acceptance rate. So they prefer to or apply to schools that have higher acceptance rates than schools with lower acceptance rates. Also, you can build up your school list again with schools that have historically given scholarships to international students. So that is where we can build a school. So once you've built your school list, you can now divide your school list into three categories. So you can divide it into the dream school, the target school, and the safety school. So dream school are the schools that you aspire to go, those that want to like go to Harvard, Ivy Leagues, and all that. So you can put in like those five schools or three of those schools in your list, and tag them your dream school. And for your target school are the schools that you meet their requirement. That, okay, this school, I meet your requirements, I even like or exceed your requirements, like those are the schools that you match all the things that they want. Then for your safety school are the school that, in case you don't get into your dream school or your target school, you are so sure that you'll get into the safety school. So safety school are those schools that you meet their minimum requirements and you exceed their minimum requirements. So these are the websites that you can use to start your application. You can use the Common App application as I explained earlier. Common App application allow you to apply to different schools with just one profile, with just one application. So start using your Common App, create your Common App account and get familiar with the feature so that you can make use of it excellently. Another one is the Coalition app, similar to Common App as well. You can also apply via the school portal, the school portal. You can apply through the school portal as well. So let's move on to the application material. So these are the materials that you need to submit when you are seeking admission. So the first one is your academic transcript, standardized test, essay and writing, recommendation letters, CV, which is very optional. So let's get straight into each of them. So for transcripting, like most US colleges require a full transcript showing the subjects you have studied each year of high school and the grades you earn in each subject. So transcripts give them like a background information about your educational progression. So it gives them like this insight into the classes you've taken, the courses you've taken, your mark like on what you had in school and how you have progressed. Because US is particularly interested about your holistic development. So or if you're also in West Africa, like it's also like important that you submit your WAEC results. So WAEC results shows that you've completed your secondary school level. Just submit your WAEC results as well. So another one is the recommendation letter that I mentioned earlier. You will need to provide information of two teachers or three teachers, such as their email address, which will allow them to submit a recommendation letter online on your behalf. So all you need for them is to put in their information, and the school prompts the teachers, and the teachers would submit the recommendation letters on your behalf. And schools have also like advised that you choose schools have also like advised that you choose teachers from an academic subject area such as English, mathematics, social studies, science, classes, or language. So you can either choose your math teacher, your English teacher, social studies teacher, or any of your science teacher to help you with your recommendation letter. So moving on to standardized tests, now so like many universities are now test optional for 2026. But strong score, like if you have the opportunity to write or SAT or ACT, if you have opportunity to take those tests, it can boost your application or help you qualify for merit-based scholarship, especially if your GPA is low. So if you have opportunity to take that, it can boost your application. You can boost your application so that you can qualify for merit-based scholarship. Another standardized test is the English proficiency test that some schools require. So if your native language is not English language, or your primary or language of instruction in your high school or in your country is not English, you will need to demonstrate your English proficiency. But then if your high school or language of instruction or your country's language of instruction is in English, you might not need to take the test. Some university or they have this listed countries on their website that they have already like waived English proficiency test for. So you could go on the school website to double check if your country is among the countries listed on the waiver uh term. Like if your country is among those countries that have been waived for years. So you can like uncheck it and see. So another so moving on to the common app application. So moving on to the essay and writing. So here I have the common app application here. So I purposely put the common app here because that is where you do most of the writing if you're making use of the common app. And sometimes it's all about like 250 to 650 word count. They are just like short essays, like you are telling them or like about yourself. It's like it's a statement of purpose. Then you are telling them about yourself, your educational background, your experiences, your curricular activities, like what you've been involved with on campus. So it's very important for you to like to write those essays. And something I would advise you to do is to not write those essays with ChatGPT, because you know that these admission officers are trained to detect AI content. So they will definitely know that you use AI to like come up with those content. I want you to be very authentic when you're writing those essays. You can use generative AI, you can use that, or if you want to like if you want to brainstorm with it. So ChatGPT is an example of generative AI. So you can use ChatGPT to brainstorm if that would make you more like confident. So you can use it to brainstorm. But don't use ChatGPT to write the whole of your essay. So some of these schools also like while you're applying on Common App, some schools require that you write a supplementary essay, which sometimes can be compulsory, while some schools might say it is optional. But it's very advisable that either compulsory or optional, you write it either way. So like just write it. They have word count for that as well. I think like 500 word count for that. So you can always like write that one as well. Write it. Ensure that you are structuring your answer to meet the question. They have questions they already designed already for you to answer. Don't don't deviate from their question. Ensure that you are writing to respond to the questions you are being asked. So let's move on to scholarship. I know you're excited about scholarship. Scholarship, helps to lessen the financial burden, especially for international students. So here in the US, they have two basic category for scholarships. They have the merit based scholarship and they have the need based scholarship. And also they have the athletic scholarship, which is basically for those in the sports. So if you are interested in sport or you are actively involved in sport and you've won a national or national award, or you've been recognized nationally, you can apply for this athletic scholarship. They will also have external scholarship, which are provided by private organizations, governments, or NGOs, and all that. So, let's start from merit-based scholarship. Merit-based scholarship is based on your academic or your extracurricular excellence, which includes grade, leadership activities, and test scores. So these are just merit-based. So schools would actually like decide based on your application materials, your grade, your transcripts, your test scores, your SOP, like your essays, and your CV that shows your extracurricular activities. They will decide if like you meet their merit based requirements, and they will give you scholarship based on what they sense from your application. The need-based scholarship is for those that come from the low income background. Your parent doesn't have the capacity to sponsor you to the school. So all you need to do is to apply for the need-based scholarship. So during their application, I think there's a section I think there is a section in the application that would ask you that do you want to apply for a need-based scholarship? You can say yes, and you can like complete your CSS profile, and that can be completed via the college board. So I think in the application, the CSS profile will take you to the CSS profile. It will take you to the college board profile. So once you create your account, answer all the questions, and like just submit your application. Ensure that you submit your application when you are submitting the normal school application. So submit it at the same time, or you can submit this one even like earlier than that, but submit them at the same time. Don't like wait for don't like submit them 2 months, don't submit them separately. So you can also like fill the ISFAA form. it's oh, this one is basically for the school. So some schools will say that you should fill the CSS, while some will require that you fill the ISFAA, which is the International Student Financial Aid Application. So you can fill that. This is basically for the school. So they would vet that and see how they can meet your need. And something good about this NIPE scholarship is that schools try to meet your need 100%. So if you say that your parents cannot afford your fee, and this is the amount that they can afford from your fee, the school will try to match it up with what they can afford. For example, if your school can if your parents can afford 40K, then the school would add the remaining 60K if that is the case. So what you need to apply for the need-based scholarship is the document that you need to submit for the need-based scholarship is you have to provide your parents' income information and expenses. You have to provide supporting documents. You have to also like apply early, apply early, submit it along your college application. Don't forget that. So let's move to the athletic on scholarship. This is usually award through sports recruitment scholarship. So they are actually like based on the athletic ability. So it is based on your ability. If you are good at sport, this is just like based on your ability. They are recruiting you to come to the US to actually like to perform in your full ability. So if you are if you're a good swimmer and you've won several awards, like when you come here, you're going to like continue swimming, going for different interstate sports or like national sports and all that. And if you're good in football, they will greet you and you continue like playing football here. But something that I read about this is that you need to like send the coaches like videos of your performances, like of how you've played, stuff that speaks to your ability. And you have to like register on one of these websites first. So you can register on through the NCAA Eligibility Center, NAIA, or the NCSA, or you can even like go to the field level website and create an account and get connected to coaches. And these scholarships are usually like full ride. They cover your tuition, they cover your housing, they cover your meals, they cover your books. Some even like give you gadgets that you need for school. And moving on to the last one, we have the external scholarship, which are provided by the private organization, government, and NGOs. And you can find any kind of scholarships on this website. The IEFA, this is International Education Financial Aid Organization website. So you can like go there and find scholarships. You can apply to those scholarships. You use the filter. You have to create an account first. So create an account, use the filter, and get to start applying for those scholarships. Then another one that gives you a list of scholarships is the scholarship360.org. You can use that as well. So these are verified websites. And Education USA is a very good site. They provide mentorship, they provide leadership opportunity. They coach you on how you can prepare your material from beginning to the start till you get the admission. They just like help you. It's a mentorship program that is across the countries. So you can try to shoot a shot with Education USA. It is very recommended. And the last one is the application deadline. So as I mentioned earlier, that schools have like different deadlines. They have priority deadlines, they have early decision, they have early action, they have regular decision, and they have like rolling admission. So the early deadline is binding. So like once you say that, oh, like this early decision, I want to like make early decision deadline, that means that you and the school have already have this agreement that okay, once you submit this application and we give you this admission and scholarship, you will attend our school. So you are agreeing that you attend the school if given the right scholarship, the admission and everything. So that is something that you have to like reach out to your admission advisor for to like get what it entails about like early decision. So try to like schedule meetings with them with the international office there, just like to get enough information on how you can make better decision. But for early action, it is non-binding. You can find out early as well, but then like you can still like compare offers. But the first one doesn't give you the opportunity to compare offers with other schools. Even if you like got offers from different schools. You have to be committed to just one for this early decision. Unlike the early action, like it is non-binding, like you don't have like you don't have to like honor your or like agreement with any school because you didn't like make promise to them that you would attend their school if given the scholarship. What the regular decision is the normal time, the regular deadline is that others will would submit the application, which is usually in January. Then the rolling admission is like this opens all year, doesn't really have like a specific deadline. But then like once you submit your application, they review it and they give you feedback almost immediately for that. And priority deadline is usually like comes okay. Schools also have the priority deadline, so I will advise that you check each of the schools you're applying to, check their websites to confirm all the dates for their early deadline for the priority deadline. Like check everything and understand those deadline and try to apply or like try to target those deadlines and submit your application. I hope this video has helped you or like has helped you understand the process of applying for undergraduate studies here in the US. If you found this video helpful, like this video, comment and share this video with your friends or anybody that's considering moving to the US for study purpose. So thank you so much and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.